Good afternoon, everyone. It's Tanya of CuteNCuddlyNursery. I have my new babies here. Although I just realized that Sky is behind me. That's okay. I have my baby Yoda. I'm not going to work on baby Yoda right now. Oh, mirror, here we go. So this is how my baby Yoda is looking currently. I just started it yesterday. Took all the paint off. And it was like this green ish color, and then I added some dark like green model, and I put some coloring back in the ears, and then the mouth I put coloring in, and the eyes I just left the eyes. Like I took a lot of the color off that was around it, but I left the eyes because the eyes are painted, and the vinyl is so hard, like you can kind of squish it a little but not much. So I'm not even going to be able to, I wouldn't, like this is a really hard plastic. I can't, it's different. This part's glued in to the head. So this is a harder plastic than like the head is. Like the head's pretty firm. But anyway, so I was wanting to cut the eyes out gently and put glass eyes in, but yeah, that's not going to happen. But anyhow, so and then the body, I do have tape on the bottom of where the legs are to protect the fabric. And then I had to use, like they glued the cable ties in. So there was glue, there's still a bit of glue here. Hopefully I can get, this is where his little voice box sits in. But I've stuffed the body so much so that the limbs stick out away from it, so that I didn't get any paint on the body. But I got a little bit, this is from the acetone along here, so I'm going to try to get that fixed. There's a little line there, I don't know why. And I'll have to acetone the whole body. I don't know how to fix that. But anyway. And then I've added the mottling and then creases to the feet and the arms, oops, as well. I didn't, I got a little bit of green here. It came off, okay. So he's got one little claw finger, and then this, or hand, and this hand is open. So he came with just the solid green hands as well, and feet, and, or nails. Sorry, I gotta let the dog in. Come on. Sorry, so then the nails are supposed to be like a kind of tan color. So I'm gonna go over that again, or over them with a different color. And hopefully it'll look really nice. So I'm thinking of making like a few of these, not you know, overly too many. Sorry, this is my palette. I had these colors last night working on my baby Yoda, and not this orange. That was for eyebrows for another baby. Okay, so I have this one little dish here, not used, and these are my AA babies, or African American babies. So first I have Tobiah, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Tobiah by Laura Lee Eagles. This is going to be a fairly large baby. So I haven't ever painted, you know, this type of the skin tone. Well, not this dark of a skin tone. I did a biracial Lori by Elise Marks. Or the Lisa Marks, Elise. Yeah. Okay, anyhow, so that one turned out awesome. So, but I have a different tutorial that I'm using with this one that I'm wanting to test, and hopefully they turn out awesome. So this also is Jackson Asleep, a Reborn kit from Bountiful Baby. I gotta remember to hold them close to me, and then they'll be close to the middle. Anyhow, so he is a newborn size, And so I'm also going to be painting him. I think he would look amazing in that African American skin tone. And then I also have, this is the Andy Asleep by Linda Murray. It says Andy and then the cradle on the back of the head there. I don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. And so this is the Andy Asleep version. This is also like a pretty big baby. This might be a 22-inch. And I do have a 22-inch cuddle body. This is a cuddle baby, this one. So this is German vinyl. And then to buy a, I'm not sure what, China vinyl, I suppose. And then also Jackson is Chinese vinyl as well. So you can tell the difference, German and the Chinese. German vinyl, if you've ever felt it, super squishy, whereas the Chinese isn't as squishy. I mean, it's squishy, but I feel like this feels like butter, you know, really nice, like luxury type of vinyl. Okay, Andy, you make sure you stay here with me. Okay, so then I have, sorry, I'm like super thirsty today. Then I have Skya Asleep, also a Bountiful Baby kit. And she is a realborn. And looks like she will take a modified pacifier. So, Skya is a, let's see, a replacement baby for the baby that was given back to me that had faded when I painted it with Ultimate Fusion paints. So she gave that baby back to me and told me I could sell her. So my Aspen Awake was a girl the first time and then was a boy the second time. And so the mommy is getting Skya, and she asked for her to be, excuse me, my goodness. This pop is a lot, like, I think because there's no sugar, it's really fizzy. Really fizzy. But I like it because it's like a good Sprite alternative. Like, I loved Sprite. And this pretty much tastes like Sprite. If you haven't had sugar all the time, it's good. You get used to the no sugar. But anyway, so Skya is going to be an African American skin tone. This lady usually has Caucasian babies, but she'd really like a darker skin baby this time. So I am excited to paint all of these. I'm just really nervous because I've only painted the African American skin tone in Genesis paints. And of course, Genesis paints are more forgiving. This isn't. So yeah. Well, hopefully it'll be all good. So I'm going to start out with the Raw Sienna as my base color. And this is the color underneath. It's like a nice golden brown or tan. And then I've got the yellow ochre next to it. So this is the Raw Sienna. This is the yellow ochre. So really pretty colors. I mean, I'd almost be tempted to use the yellow ochre on the bottom, but we'll do this. We'll use the Raw Sienna. Sorry if that wasn't in frame. I don't know. Okay, it'd be creepier if the camera followed me around, right? Okay. And to protect my thumbnail, although it is not doing well, because it's hard to open these bottles, but I use a tissue between my thumbnail and it. And in case any of the paint comes out, it's on the napkin and not me. Okay, and I forgot to mention, the babies have all been primed. I primed them yesterday with RebornFX primer. This is an 8-ounce bottle. It is $30. from McPherson's. And it just says to shake well before use, apply to surface to achieve effect, clean up with soap and water, use container or close containers after use. Alright, don't consume it. I wasn't planning on it. It's got McPherson's website on there as well, and the instructions and any concerns or whatever. So I just shook that up like crazy, put it in a little plastic dish, and then I pounced it on with just a sponge like this, but not dirty, a clean sponge. Excuse me. Okay, shall we get started? So I don't have any fancy brushes. All my brushes are pretty awful looking, to be honest with you. So this is kind of like a dark mustardy yellow. I'll try to bring this up. So this one here, kind of a mustardy yellow. So that is going to be my golden base of the baby. Okay, so then I'm going to add in some of the retarder. It is fairly thick. I'm just giving it a shake. It's a fairly thick product, and it is golden brand as well. This is 4 fluid ounces. I can't remember if this is $30 as well where I purchased it, or I forget. But I just want, like, I don't want very much. Because it can, well, it does slow down. I don't know if you can see that on the brush. It's just a little, yeah, a little dot, basically. And then, like I said, it slows down the drying time. I'm just going to wipe it on the paper towel. Slows down drying time, that way I can move the paint around a little bit more if needed. And then I don't just use water. I use, well, this is an airbrush medium. I haven't opened my high flow. This is pretty much the same thing. It thins out the paint. This is also a 4 ounce. But I do have high flow medium, which I would suggest getting if you're using golden paints. This is also a 4 ounce bottle, but it's not open yet. So I'm using up my high flow, or I'm sorry, my airbrush medium. It feels the same, it looks the same, pretty much works the same because I had another bottle of the high flow before. But because I'm using this to thin out my paints instead of water, I go through it like water. So I'm just gonna pour some in. I'm pretty much filling the dish, not quite to the top, with the airbrush medium, which you'll want the high flow medium. I don't know why I bought airbrush. I'm gonna use I messed up. I don't know. But anyway, like I said, it works. Thins the paints out really good. And you can tell that my color has turned like a kind of a caramely skin tone instead of that like mustardy color. Which is fine. Okay, and now I just realized I need a sponge. I don't have any... Oh, there's only one in here. That's not gonna work. Where are my sponges? Okay, I'll be right back there behind me. I was doing silicone before, so I put them over with the silicone. So anyway, I got a new, fresh, latex-free sponge. There we go. Okay, so I think I want to... Do I want to take the top off or not? Yeah, let's take the top off. Okay, so I just ripped the top off the sponge. So now I'll have a little bit of texture. I don't know if it'll show up. Usually... Oh, whoops. What am I doing? Okay, so first, don't apply your paint to it directly. Put it in the water and wring it out and just repeat wringing it out several times. Make sure you try to get as much water out. And now the sponge has gotten better. And now it is soft and squishy and it will accept the paint better. This is like compared without water and then with water. So, and I'm going to start with Andy. I'm just going to basically drench this sponge. So I'm going to start with Andy. I'm not going to do any, like, Andy's going to turn out, I'm always checking for spiders first. Andy's going to turn out a bit different because I'm not, you know, going to go through and, sorry, there's a hair on there. I'm not going to go through and make this kit light like the other one. I like to go with what the kit color is already. So this one may turn out darker or maybe even like a nice richer color. I'm not sure. This will be fun. I just don't know how this one's going to turn out. Technically, I don't even know how the other ones are going to turn out either because I haven't painted them before. So I think I'm going to do just one even coat. Hopefully I'm within the camera. Like I said, if I hold it close to me, I should be good. Looks good. Okay. I put a lot of paint, so it should be able to cover really well. My daughter loves this one in the awake version. I think she was a little upset that I got the sleeping version. But it's funny because like she'll say how they're creepy. Like when I first made a cuddle baby, she was like, "Oh, that's so creepy. Where's its limbs? What did you do with the limbs?" And I'm like, "What? There's no limbs. I only bought the head. There was no limbs with the head." And yeah, she was just like, "That's so creepy." I don't know. My husband also says that the babies are creepy. But, he's fine with whatever I choose to do, of course. But it's just funny. He thinks that they're creepy too. Like, he doesn't like them either. I'll try to get his opinion on them at times. And, he'll say, "Looks good, ship it off." And, but there's sometimes when I'll ask, like, "Well, what do you think this one, how do you think this one looks," or something. Like, does it look good, or should I do something different? And he'll say, you know, I don't know, I can't tell, it's so shiny, because usually, you know, they're super shiny. I don't know if this is gonna get shiny at all. I switched to the RebornFX paint, or thinner. I'm trying to think and do, and it's not working. Okay, I switched primer because the golden primer stays really tacky, at least for me, and shiny. It's shiny and it's tacky. Okay, so here is Andy so far. Can't really see a difference yet. At least I don't. Maybe you can, I don't know. I mean, maybe a little bit of a yellowy, more yellow tone, because this is more of a yellow color. So I'm gonna grab Tobiah here. Tobiah, I never know, like, how to... pronounce it. Excuse me, my goodness. I should just have water next time instead of the carbonated stuff, right? Alright, so I want to make sure... Oh, I haven't even opened his eyes yet. I usually open the backs of the eyes and put eyes in, but I haven't done that yet. That'll be another day. Not today. I like to put the eyes in very last, or if I'm really close to finishing. And then choose an eye color, but I'm sure this guy's probably going to have brown. Or maybe even gray, I don't know. Probably brown though, eyes. I have more eyes coming from Germany. I don't know when they'll arrive. The shop told me it would be 6 to 8 weeks. And I don't know why it's that long, but I've heard things are going on in Germany though. And so with the whole virus situation, so maybe that's why it's gonna take so long. I don't know. I normally like I get the eyes when they've been shipped within a week. If they've been shipped UPS. So, and then I pay like $100, excuse me, just in shipping alone to get it within a week. UPS. I'm gonna avoid the lips. Now that I say that, I got some on there. So I'm gonna avoid the lips, just underneath the lips is all I'm gonna paint. So, and then the eyes. Then everything else will have this nice tone. And of course hair on it. There we go. So hair actually doesn't stick as much with the RebornFX primer either, and I like that. Because like I said, that golden primer, it was sticking, everything's sticking to it, but it was staying tacky, and it was so disheartening because I'm like, there's little hairs all over these babies, and it just makes you want to cry. It's like, how do I get that off of there? And there is a little black mark. I know there's some people that'll talk about finding black marks. I don't know if you can see that just underneath. Am I turning it? There we go, right there, underneath the ear. So I mean, it's not in a like super obvious spot, but of course I've had this kit for a while. But I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's just a little spot. It can be like a little birthmark. I mean, I have a birthmark near my eye. And then if you call moles birthmarks, I've got them all over. And it's spotted like a giraffe. So, yeah. I think it's fine. I'm hoping it'll just cover. I've found little black specks on kits before, but they usually just rub right off. They're usually just like a little, flake of whatever, and it just pops right off. This I couldn't get off. I don't know. It's weird. So, but that's like the only spot, so I think it'll be okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't know if you can tell any skin tone difference. Maybe a little, I don't know. Looks pretty much the same still. But that's okay, we are building layers, right? So, and we just started with this guy. He is huge. Okay, so let's paint. I'm going to avoid the palms and the bottoms of the feet when I go to paint as well. Sorry, I gotta let the dog out here. Farewell, dog. It's a weird kind of day. It's kind of like cloudy. Well, I guess it's kind of partial cloudy. Not super cloudy at all. Like partially. I'm gonna avoid the nails as well. I just want to do the tops of the hands, not the nails. And I am cheating, so to speak. I'm using a tutorial that I purchased. I'm not saying who I got the tutorial or where I got the tutorial from, who I purchased it from. I just don't, I spent a lot for the tutorial and I didn't even get a thank you. There was many opportunities that I gave this person to say thank you. for purchasing her tutorial. And yeah, I never got a thank you. And you know, $100 for a tutorial for some might not be a lot of money, but for me, that's a lot of money. You know, that's not just, oops, what is it? That's not just pocket change to me, that's, you know. I mean, that could have gone to groceries, right? So it's, for me, I'm just like, I can't believe. I was just saying that the hairs rub off, but now that I've got fresh paint on there, they don't want to rub off. Okay, yeah, so I'm not promoting, I'm sorry, I just can't. So anyone that's interested in the tutorial will just have to find it themselves somehow. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the next hand, or should I do a leg? Maybe I'll do a leg instead. I'm just gonna like just be painting. I guess Tobiah is my guinea pig, other than like my first go-to will be Andy. So I'll do all of the first steps, so to speak, on Andy, and then Tobiah will be my next guinea pig, I guess. My full guinea pig. Okay, so I'm not gonna show. Hi everyone, I was just looking at the video and I was gonna upload it, and apparently it cut off and there was no ending. Like I must have been talking to myself for however long. Anyhow, so I finished painting Tobias, all of his limbs, or her. Does this look girl or boy to you? I think it looks like a boy, but that's just me right now. A lot of the kits I see boy in anyway at first, so yeah. Anyhow, so all of his or her limbs have a coat of the like kind of a peachy color that I put on earlier, including Skya behind me. So I just wanted to quickly do an ending to the video that I made earlier and say thank you all so much for watching, and I hope it was really helpful. I will be back with the next layer, which will be veining and mottling as well. And I'm a little nervous about the veining because on previous African American babies they came out kind of silvery looking, which is kind of weird. So this isn't Genesis paint though, so I mean it could be different. So, or well, I hope it's different. So anyway, that'll be a video for tomorrow, hopefully, if the weather is good. Right now it's cloudy, so we'll see you tomorrow. So thank you all again so much for watching.